San Francisco's $1.2 billion Hayes Point Tower. You got some residential condos. You got 290,000 square feet of commercial space in the bottom. Well, it stops construction over rampant crime and homelessness and the whole work from home thing that's just taking commercial real estate and spinning it upside down and throwing it back out there. And it's a mess. Let's get into it. What do we got going on here? What's happening? Because last September, the project manager of this building said, everything's all on schedule. It's all good. It's all fine. What happened between now and then? Here we go. $1.2 billion. God, that's a lot. It's a big project. 1.2 with a B. Big B. Developer behind a major San Francisco building project has halted construction over poor market conditions. I love it when they say poor market conditions. We're not able to deal with the market. Poor market conditions as crime and homeless continue to deter retailers and customers from the downtown area. Hayes Point, a $1.2 billion tower in the heart of San Francisco, has been paused until markets normalize. When's that? When's that going to be, folks? A long time down the road. It's been paused until markets normalize. That is great. Yeah, we need things to, things are a little soft right now. We need things to firm up just a tad, just a scooch. Markets to normalize after developer Lend-Lease admitted it couldn't find enough tenants in the struggling metro. Well, why can't it find any tenants for a property that isn't built yet? As oftentimes in a hot real estate market, in a hot commercial market, properties will be pre-leased way before they're done. Just like properties will be pre-sold in a hot condo development. You'll have stuff, well, that building's not even there. We'll be doing an appraisals based on a property that is projected. We do it based on plans and specs. So we get a budget for construction, we get the plans, we get a rendering, we get all that stuff. And we can do an appraisal based on that because we are saying, as of this given date, today, if the property were completed, this is what it's be worth. And that's what the lender makes the decision on. And then when the property finally gets, completed, you might do another appraisal, but more than likely you're going to do an update and say, yep, the value has not declined since the original appraisal, meaning the lenders probably got enough equity to figure they're comfortable lending on that property since it's now finally finished. The announcement is a major blow to the downtown area where at least 95 retailers have picked up and left since the start of the COVID pandemic. Now, what I would say here is the retailers in the retail shops, street level, or malls, whatever, that's one thing. You've got 23 million is as far as I can tell. There's numbers all over the place. You got probably 25 million square feet of available office space in San Francisco, in the downtown core. 23, 25, call it 30 million. Let's round up to the nearest whatever, right? You got 30 million. Why is somebody going to take down brand new construction that is more than something that's already built, boots on the ground, ready to go, that's sitting, waiting, and available? Maybe they need the really super hyped up property. Well, the owner of Hayes Point is saying, no can do, can't find any tenants. This is a no-go. This is a hard no-go. And so when that happens, we don't want to continue this because why would we invest more money into a project that in the near term future looks like an absolute loser of a bloodbath? Why would we do that? Well, they don't. And that's why they've stopped. The announcement, major blow. 95 retailers have packed up. Almost 7,000 households a month also fled the city at its peak in August 2020 as soft on crime policing and facilitation of widespread homelessness sparked backlash. So you've got this double whammy of all this commercial space, which is reflective somewhat of street conditions because you've got the poop emoji map, which indicates that you got people, homeless people, drugged out homeless people pooping everywhere. right? And the amount of money that San Francisco spends on cleaning up human feces and urine and just squalor is mind blowing. But these are policies. These are very progressive policies that you are watching play out in real life. And this is where that ends up. Now, the big kicker, though, for a big project like this is the whole work from home thing and companies not needing all this commercial space. So this project got caught in that, well, we got to start it now. And, this doesn't look good moving forward. And now it looks so bad moving forward. Yeah, we're just going to halt that. You guys can take the crane back and we'll just kind of button up this project. And we're just going to sit and we'll be in a wait and see mode until things get better. That could be a while because you got all that absorption of the existing properties that are out there already built is going to have to take place before you start to, have that forward progress of, okay, those vacancy rates are lowering. They're finally starting to, come back down. You're going to see them go up for a while. So the crisis is now seemingly spread to the city's real estate market as Land Lease Executive General Manager Arden Hearing said he would be pausing construction on Hayes Point until markets normalize and we're able to bring in early tenancy commitments or a capital partner or both. All right. So what's he saying there? We need some damn businesses to move in here and take some of this space down, or we need a partner with bigger balls and capital than we have so we can spread the risk around a little. We need some money because this isn't looking good. We want to lower our risk and we need a little bit of cash coming up in here, right? Or a combination of both, tenants and capital partner. And capital partners, not that unusual, right? Not unusual. You want to take on that risk? All right. It's going to cost you because I'm taking the risk on too. It's my money. So here's my terms. How's that going to look? So, okay, here's where it is. And where is this property? It's on Van Ness Avenue and it is to the south and west, just on the outskirts of the Tenderloin. It's being impacted from all the stuff that we talk about on the regular here, which is, drugs are good. Shoplifting is good. Sleeping wherever you want to, human fecal matter on the sidewalk. Yeah, it's all good. We're going to hand out, clean needles you guys need. We know you need all this stuff. We're just going to facilitate this kind of lifestyle. Guess what? People with big projects look at that and go, I don't think so. And they mothball a project on top of all the other factors going on in San Francisco. Before it was paused by San Francisco's mounting issues, the building was set to be a mixed-use complex with 333 residential properties, apartments, condos, think of them that way, stacked on top of 290,000 square feet of office space. So you got, call it 300,000 square feet of office space. Do you want to bring that onto the market fully finished? You're picking up that full tab of monthly outflow because now you've got the full construction amount out there. It's all been spent. It's no longer on a line of credit somewhere. It's actually built. It's there physically. And you're going to take your 300,000 square feet of space, and now you're going to compete with 23 million other square feet. Is that a smart plan? No. And that's why these folks have said, yeah, we're going to do a little temporary halt on this. It doesn't seem to be in our favor to be moving on forward. Here's your standard map of just the craziness. Now, let's see if I can get my cursor. Somewhere over here, I believe this is Van Ness right here. I can't tell on this map, but this is where all these companies have just said, yep, we're out of here. Yep, we're out of here. Yep, we're out of here. Here's the Whole Foods. Everybody just bailed because things just got so bad. Crazy. Hayes Point was one of the few remaining construction projects underway in San Francisco, and its halting comes as a major upset to city officials after they introduced measures to revive the downtown area around it. You got to clean it up first, folks. You got to clean it up. You're going to have to reverse a bunch of your policies. You got Mayor London Breed talking about being hard on the fentanyl dealers. It's going to take a long time to Get that squared away, because you've got a bunch of drug addicts running around demanding their fix each day, stealing from the community, doing whatever it takes to get that next fix. That's how that works. Till you clean that up, good luck. Good luck. And, all of these are headwinds against property developers wanting to move forward, because why would you? Why would you move forward in that environment? You wouldn't. And that's what we got going on. The recent moves include easing the process for office to residential conversions. That'll never work. And cutting fees with the hope of kickstarting construction projects, according to the San Francisco Chronicle. We talked about that. That's not going to work because, all right, your fees are down just a little bit. You still going to build that big project? No. You going to do a big conversion? No, probably not. Why would you? Unless you've got the city kicking in millions of dollars or the county kicking in millions of dollars, these conversions are upside down. They do not make sense. They do not pencil. And most entities recognize, unless you've got some kind of private-public partnership, conversion is a total loser. It physically does not make sense. And you are in a market in San Francisco where you've got literally billions of dollars of property values being contested by owners because you've got a bunch of comps that indicate their properties are worth way less than what the assessed values are on the county's, budget sheet. And so you've got to drop in property values at a time when you're saying, well, let's have a private-public partnership and we'll have the city bring in a bunch of money. There's going to be no money for this kind of silliness. There's going to be no money for progressive projects that may or may not work that we're seeing just, unwind. So the tower, expected to be finished by 2026, was set to be a mixed use. We talked about what that was. An art space and retailers were also planned for the ground floor, although it was unclear which retailers will be left by the time it potentially restarts in 2024. After brands including Brick Brothers, Ray-Ban, Christian Louboutin, Lululemon, and Nordstrom, Whole Foods, you name it, left the area due to its untamed crime wave. The crime epidemic has devolved in the city to the point where one Target location was forced to lock its entire product range behind security glass. I will up you one, Daily Mail. They tied off the ice cream coolers with metal chains and multiple locks. Also, Target in downtown San Francisco is closing up shop now between 5 and 6 p.m. Used to be open till 10. That's a recent development. So you got all this stuff that basically says, Target's going to be pulling out. They're going to look at these shops and go, man, we are being robbed blind by the addicted homeless population that the city has allowed to proliferate on the streets of San Francisco because, it's compassionate to allow your fellow human being to just shoot themselves up to kablooey on the sidewalk and live there. And, that's compassion. That's real compassion. Got to get those folks into treatment. That's the compassion that they need. That's the help that they need. But so many of folks that, are responsible for this policy of how San Francisco, how Seattle, how, Portland has gotten, they actually believe that people have the right to just kill themselves by addiction. They think that's okay. They don't think interjecting into that equation and getting people help is compassion. They believe harm reduction believes that people have the right to do what they want, including being, so addicted to a drug that it's going to kill them. They're okay with that. They're outwardly okay with that. So that's what you're battling. So given that, those kind of things going on, when is this going to turn around? When is this going to turn around? Let's go down here. Let's talk about this. Speaking at an earning reports meeting when the decision to pause was announced, Lend-Lease CEO Tony Lombardo said the decision to halt the project was to de-risk the investment after it already cost $260 million, reports Construction Drive. Okay, I said 290. Staff also, the stall of this project also comes after Lend-Lease was forced to lay off about 10% of its global staff in mid-July. Things are going the wrong way in commercial construction, right? They just are. Despite the downturn, Lombardo added that from a capital perspective, we will still see good returns in that Hayes Point project. Well, he's the lead guy on that. He can't just say, good Lord, this is a show. That's what he should be saying. That would be honesty, but honesty in business, you can't really have that because you always got to show that face of everything's fine here. It's all good. Human fecal matter on the sidewalks. Don't worry about that. I mean, we just need you to come in and sign a little pre-lease here. Would you like to take down 50,000 square feet? 25? It's going to be the nicest, most premier location in all of San Francisco. Here's the retailers that we've already got signed up on the first 3 floors. And we've already pre-sold 14 of the 333 condos, and it's going to be epic. That's the road you have to go down, because otherwise you're just basically waving the white flag and saying, oh, my project is a loser. This is just an absolute cluster F of a loser project. Which in reality, it might not be the specific project, but market conditions are stating, don't bring that bad boy on. Don't bring that onto the market. Don't finish that out. So you've got to stall out. This is our first major project that I know of that's been recognized for stalling out, meaning it was started and now, we're just going to, that whole hole in the ground, we're just going to shore it up and make sure it's OSHA approved and all that good stuff. We're going to put some construction tape around the outside and, hope nobody jumps in there and lives in that big hole. And San Francisco, they might well do that. Yeah, that's not the way a construction company wants to go. You want to build it out. You want to have the success story. You want to have it all pre-sold. You want to have it all pre-leased. And then it's rah, on to the next project. That's not happening. Instead, we've got, what was the term? De-risk the investment. Going to de-risk this. It sounds like icing your windshield or something, right? Yeah, we're just going to take it out of there. We're just going to take the risk out. You still got the risk. You still got the project, right? And you spent $260 million. I mean, there's that, but what he's saying is that they're not going to expose themselves anymore to the downside of finishing this out and not having any demand for either the 333 units or, all the retail in the first however many floors that's going to be. It's a big project. It's a big damn project. And to have that stall out, absolutely not shocking given the market conditions. This is what happens. This is how you see those properties that just kind of sit. This is the bottom line. So I hope all that makes sense to those of you in real estate. This is kind of no-brainer stuff, but I think to a lot of other people need to understand, okay, all of this works together. Tax revenue for a city. All right. So now the city can't, complete the assessed value of this project because it's not done. So there's less income coming in. It's a bad look for the city. Yeah, that project over there, that's stalled out. The owners decided to de-risk it. Meanwhile, you got the doom loop just keep on going. And we don't know how long that's going to be. We just don't know because we've never shut down an economy during a pandemic. Now we're finding out what that looks like. Tricky. That's how we quantify that in real estate terms. It's tricky, along with de-risk. Those are some great terms. I got to use those more. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch up with you on the next one. Bye for now.